summer jam, skate shoes and that marching band.
First heartbreak, first slow dance. Now I'm just trying to make sense of plans.
Oh, take me back to the roof.
All you.
All right. Hello. Welcome to Hemp and Healing Grassroots. I am your host, Stacy McCaskill.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome
Welcome to Hemp and Healing Grassroots. I'm glad to see I'm on the screen right now because I feel like I have an alfalfa part in the middle of my head here. It was totally alfalfa'd out. I just needed a little thing sticking up in the back. Welcome, this is Stacy. Welcome to Hemp and Healing Grassroots. This is Jessica Davies, the founder of Adama Farms, and my special guest today. And we're going to get right to it pretty soon and learning about Jessica and her farm. And super excited. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun. So, my thought of the week. I do have another scripture for my thought of the week. First, I want to mention and refer to about a week ago on social media. I'm not real good at the social media stuff either, but eventually I can figure out a post here and there. So I don't know if it was a reel or a post or whatever, but I make comments before. You can pull up that graphic.
Okay.
I said that Jesus was for complete descheduling of cannabis. And I quoted Mark 7:15, where Jesus says, "There is nothing outside a person that is going into him can defile him. But the things that come out of a person are what defile him. Not what goes into you, what comes out of you." So anyways, I posted that and I said, Jesus is for descheduling, complete descheduling of cannabis. There it is right there, proof Mark 15. And then I wanted to follow up on that this week. So my thought of the week is this week, because I was just thinking about you and about food, and this food is medicine that we're going to talk about later today. And it made me think of Genesis 1:29. And God said, "Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the face of all the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. You shall have them for food." So my whole point here in the text, in the post that I made earlier in the week, is that everything was created for us.
Yeah.
And why do we keep banning substances?
Right.
And it's really what's coming out of us, which is the greed and selfishness and hunger. That's what makes stuff have to be banned and controlled.
Yeah.
Is because what's coming out of man, not what man is putting into themselves.
Right.
So get your heart right and go smoke a J. Because Jesus would have been all about it.
Right.
And he may have been. We have no idea. Anyways, so that's my thought of the day. So I'm going to share that with folks.
Yeah, it's
I hope it
great to
inspires
bring
you all.
Scripture into this too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that's my thought of the day. And we're going to flip-flop our routine. Typically, I then talk about some article or current events that are going on. I'm going to get to that, but I want to get an introduction from Jessica. I want to learn about what she's working on right now, where she's at with Adama Farms. And then that'll lead us into this conversation. I really do want to have this conversation about this food as medicine program.
Yeah.
And we'll explain it to people and then we'll share our thoughts.
Cool.
But Jessica Davies, tell us about who you are. Tell us about Adama Farms. How did you get started?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I am the owner and founder of Adama Farm. We founded the farm in 2023, and I had a really big focus on no-till, regenerative, organic vegetable farming because that was kind of my experience farming leading up to me owning property that I now have and I'm farming on.
Cool.
And the reason why I prefer no-till and regenerative, I should look at the camera.
Either way, yeah.
But that was my exposure to farming in the first place. Like I didn't learn how to farm conventionally or anything like that. My first time farming was through a volunteer program, and I was immediately exposed to regenerative methods, which was awesome, and organic methods.
Where was that at?
I farmed in Oregon for the summer.
All right.
And it was really comical too, because I had never farmed before in my life, like had never picked up a shovel or anything.
Really?
I swear.
Oh
Like
my
I was
gosh,
just like
that's
such a
crazy.
city girl, and yeah, my life was not farm life at all. So it was funny. It was just a really funny time for me, but eventually I got the hang of it. I was living in a tent for 4 months during this program, like really roughing it. Yeah, going to the bathroom in a compost toilet, just like living off of this land. So it was really
Your parents must have feared for you.
So
they thought you went off the grid.
I know. Yeah, wait, let me back up. So I was in college at the time.
Okay.
And I was studying regenerative agriculture in the context of climate change. And I was writing a whole thesis on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was getting an education in agriculture and environmental studies specifically. And to kind of get field notes and field research for the thesis, I decided to go live and work on a regenerative farm.
Okay.
And so I went to this farm. I volunteered. I was there for almost 4 months. They put me in a tent to live in, and I was with 7 other girls farming every day. And it was just so much fun. And I think what made it so fun was the community.
Yeah.
Like the girls were just so fun to work with. And then I also had this like spiritual awakening on that farm too. I was coming back to my faith. So I think it's funny you mentioned like scripture and Jesus, because I came back to Jesus during that time too. And it was just such odd timing, because I was finding this thing that I loved, which is farming, but then I was also finding my faith too. So I just had this realization of like, I need to keep doing this. I want to keep working with my hands. I want to keep growing food. Like interacting with creation is kind of how I feel like I'm interacting with God in a way. And like stewarding the earth. There's all these like metaphors, these like biblical metaphors with farming that I really love. So yeah, it just became like a passion of mine, and I followed it, and I continued working on a bunch of different farms over the course of like 3 years. I did apprenticeships, and it was during my apprenticeships that I realized like it's the farmer or the farm owner that actually is gonna like make money. So I realized like I need to start a farm. Like I need to, So I started Adama Farm, and I named it Adama Farm because Adama it's literally like from the Bible, Adam. It's the Hebrew translation.
Okay.
So it's like God picked up soil, breathed life into the soil, created Adam. So it's just kind of this reminder that we are from the soil. And
that's
we have
so cool.
like
I had no idea
matter in us too. So it's like this like fusion.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, Adama Farm. I just want to like really glorify God with what I'm doing, but then also invite people in and have it be a communal experience and teach the next generation of farmers too, and really just give back.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
But,
yeah,
very, very blessed to have the land that I have, and I got family help and family support too. So,
did you finish that thesis and that
Yes.
degree and stuff?
Yeah.
And then right after that, you went and got this property?
No, right after that, I did apprenticeships for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Had mentors and everything, like managed farms.
Yeah.
Got all the experience needed, the business experience, the
Cool.
field work experience.
What year did you purchase?
2023 was the year Adama Farm was purchased.
Wow.
And then the
That's
first
so recent. I
growing
just
season
can't
was
believe
2024.
that you're okay.
So this is our
2024.
third season.
This
We're
is
going into our
only your
third
third season.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. Well, you guys have to go see Adama Farms and pull up their website real quick so we can see that their landing page. It's so cute.
That was the first year. That was the first season. Those girls were awesome. They really gave it their all. My dog River in the corner.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And I know exactly where this is because all your beds and stuff are to the left there.
Right.
And you got a seedling
We have a
sale
seedling
coming
sale.
up May 9th. Mark your calendars, everybody, for that. That's going to be awesome. That's crazy that it's only 3 years.
I know.
I've been out to this farm several times, and I just praise you all the time that it's like the Martha Stewart, if she had a farm, and I think she really does.
She's my inspiration.
But I mean, it's just everything is so perfect.
Thank you.
It's just beautiful, and the
That's
veggies are
really important. To me.
gorgeous.
Beauty is like I need the farm to look beautiful because I want to work in a beautiful environment. You know what I mean? I just want to be surrounded by beauty all the time. That might sound really superficial, but I think when you work in a beautiful space and you love the space you're working in, you're just that much more happy. At least for me.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's gorgeous, and your little shop's so cute.
It's
and,
very cute.
yeah. And there's just there's so much more opportunity there on that farm for sure.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would like to know a little bit more about your workers. And you
Mhm.
said you hired your
Yes,
first.
I hired someone for the first time
person.
this year, which is so nice because I actually have a little bit more time to myself and I can kind of focus on the things that I want to do to grow the business, you
Okay.
know? So yeah, I hired this girl named Hannah. She's in a band as well. So she's just super cool. She has all these like talents.
What's her band?
I think it's called like the Rosy Bones or something
Rosy
like that.
Bones?
It's a cool name.
Okay.
She's just a really cool girl.
We'll find it and we'll post it later
Yeah,
because we were talking earlier about when you said that you hired Hannah.
Mhm.
We're sponsoring Max Happy Fest this year.
And she's singing.
She's singing
Yeah.
in Max Happy Fest. So go to Max Happy, check that out. That supports Workcore. And she's your first hire. And
Yes.
my first hire was Roland and Noel Velasquez,
Mhm.
who were in they still have the band, the Concrete Roots, which is
Yeah.
a reggae band, and they teach music lessons. They were
The
my first hire.
correlation like needs to be studied. Farming.
I know,
and
farming and
musicians.
musicians.
Yes. Yeah. It's
That's
interesting.
crazy. But anyway, so you have Hannah.
She's
So
great. I hired Hannah. She's my assistant.
is she full
farm
time
manager.
or part time, or how are you working
More
that?
part time right now,
Yeah.
but I'm sure once the season
Gets
really ramps
going.
up, she'll be more full time.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna have 3 volunteers this season who will also live on the farm.
Okay.
So they'll live on the farm. They will get their housing taken care of and their food taken care of, and then they work part time
Okay.
for 5 hours a day, and then they have the afternoons free, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like this apprenticeship experience for them.
Did you have international people last year?
I
Or
did.
Is it I mean, is that
Yeah,
is
that was
it is that
crazy.
normal? Is
Yeah,
it okay?
Because I get my volunteers through a program called WOOF. It
Okay.
stands for Worldwide Organizations on Organic Farms.
Okay.
And there's volunteers who will like pick farms that they want to go to, and then I
Okay.
interview them, and if they're a good fit, then I bring them on.
Okay.
I had 2 girls from Sweden last year, and they were really awesome.
That's
Like they just worked really hard. Like they didn't complain. They were really sweet. They were just so
Wow.
grateful too
Yeah.
to just be here and
Huh.
on the land, and they loved the housing situation too. And
Right.
they were just so grateful and really positive all the time. So that
That's
was
so
a nice
cool.
experience. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
All right. And you're gonna do that again this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I already have 3 girls from that.
Where are they from?
One of
You
them
know.
is returning.
Okay.
Madison, she was working for me last year. She's
Okay.
from Texas.
Okay.
She's coming
Cool.
back. Hannah's from here. Carrie she came from Hawaii.
Huh.
Yeah, she's originally from Georgia.
Okay.
She came from Hawaii. And then Caitlin came from, I want to say Missouri, Midwest.
Okay.
She's somewhat local.
Was the Hawaii girl working on a farm in Hawaii?
She did a farm program out there.
Okay.
Yeah, so she knows what she's doing.
Huh.
Which
That's
is fun.
cool. I
But
taught
yeah.
high school in Hawaii.
Really?
Yeah, I taught at a Baptist high school
I
there
feel
for
like I've
2
learned something
years.
new about you every time I see you.
I loved it. I don't
That's
know.
cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
In Oahu.
So I want to meet your people.
Yes,
Anyway.
I have told them about you, and they want to meet you as well.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so now tell us. Okay, it's crazy that you've only been going that long because the infrastructure that you built and I don't know how you're doing boxes so well. Like we did your box,
The CSA box.
the CSA box,
Uh-huh.
and it was just so robust and well balanced. I thought, and it
Nice.
wasn't like all kale one week.
Yeah.
you know, all potatoes.
I
next
stole the
week.
box idea from another farm.
Oh, well, I
actually.
love it. I mean,
But-
it's phenomenal. And to me, it sounds like I don't know, it gives me a headache thinking about trying to plan harvest times and
Yeah.
to have like,
Succession planting and all
can
that.
you explain that? Like a little bit of like what you
Yeah.
offer and then like what that process is and what goes into planning?
Yeah, we offer all different kinds of vegetables, like everything from your salad greens to like the summer veggies that everyone loves, like the tomatoes, eggplant, cucumbers. We have beets, carrots, onions,
Oh, yeah, we're showing
garlic,
on the screen. So
different herbs. We really try and grow like a very wide variety of different veggies. We also have some fruits. The fruit though has been there. The previous owner planted a lot
Okay.
of fruit, like the rhubarb and cherries and pears, peach trees. So I'm really lucky to have like inherited that.
yeah.
And then we're also getting into cut flowers as well. But the veggies is my main focus. And I plan the entire crop plan in the winter.
Okay.
And I have experience with crop planning for my apprenticeships. So I
Mhm.
kind of have an idea of what to do and how to schedule out the entire season according to our zone. But yeah, it takes a while. It takes a few weeks to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do the crop plan. I do all the planning in the winter, and then I just stick to it and refer to it throughout the entire season. And I don't think about anything else. I just refer to the crop plan and just try and stay on schedule every week.
Wow.
But yeah, we do succession planting with a lot of different crops as well.
What kind of, have you gone after any kind of like certifications or I don't know, like
No.
what's all in, you know, and
Yeah, I thought about getting certified organic, but it's expensive and there's a lot of hoops you need to go through. And I think I need to be growing for at least 3 years. I could be wrong on that, but
It
it's
sounds
just something that
familiar.
I don't know if I want to get into it just yet.
Yeah.
I do grow like organically. I use beyond organic methods,
Right.
obviously, but yeah, I'm not certified.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the certified organic thing. It
Mhm.
was, I used to teach college, and one of the courses I taught was, it was like the students ran a business and it was an import export kind of business. And we worked with third world craft businesses and helped them kind of refine their products for import into the United States.
Mm.
And, you know, a big part of that to kind of create fairness around the world is this fair trade certification kind of came out and some other certifications related to that. And to me, it always felt like it was just another gatekeeper.
Yeah.
And that it, in a way, it just enabled people to kind of outsource knowing where their stuff comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of like me learning, like who made this shirt? Where did it come from? What hands touched this? Instead of me trying to understand that and pick companies that, you know, align with my values, I'm kind of like, oh, I just have to look for a fair trade stamp.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to look for.
Yeah. The
You
organic
know,
label.
yeah, or I got to look for that organic label. And then now all of a sudden you have this gatekeeping organization, which is fine because it creates standards and I understand all of that,
Yeah.
you know, but what it does is it cuts out people that aren't able to pay that overhead cost
Right.
and the applications, and you have to send people to certify you. And there's just a lot of cost associated with getting that stamp of approval. And so that, to me, the fair trade certification, the organic certification, all of these like certifications to me are more limiting and holding the little guy down and kind of letting little craft businesses not flourish. You know, like I should totally be able to say I use organic practices and I raise organic hemp or I raise organic vegetables.
Unless you're
But
certified.
then the like super police get all like, you know, the Karens
They
out
will
there
come
that
after
will
you.
come after you
They
and be
will.
like, you're not organic
I know.
certified.
I almost got fined twice now for using like hashtag organic. You can't do that. But the thing is, like with USDA organic, that certification, you don't even, it's not 100% organic. You know?
Yeah.
Like you just have to meet a certain criteria or a certain percentage of
Right.
organic. Like it's not fully. It's so weird.
It's it just
So is organic really organic?
yes.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
Probably
probably
not.
I'm going down a rabbit
Just
hole. We
support
didn't
your
need to
local
go down.
farmer.
Support your local farmer and just
Yeah.
but anyways, I guess what I'm throwing out is don't get too wrapped around labels and stuff and get to know who your farmers are.
Exactly.
Don't worry about that organic label stamp. Find out who is this farm that you're buying stuff from. Go
Yeah.
to try to support local grocery stores like our local food shed, your farmers markets.
Yeah, I argue that local is better than organic.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely. Yeah. So anyway, okay.
I was
little
gonna show
mini thing there.
we spoke briefly on this earlier, but this I think is such a great example of my favorite thing
Yes.
about working with Jess is it doesn't matter what we're working with, what we're doing. I feel like everyone's always having a great time.
We
This
really
is
are.
this is from your website. These are just over the years photos you've taken with people coming in through that Wolf program you talked about.
Oh yeah.
And
Let's go.
every person has a smile on their face. Like your hands are
true.
dirty.
Yeah.
You're out there. It's hard work,
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is hard work.
but everybody's having fun, and I just love that.
Yeah. No, yeah, we really try. I really try and balance like the hard work and the playtime,
Fun.
the fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it helps that these girls are like part-time too, so that
Yeah.
they have time to actually like enjoy their
They
life and
do
not
whatever.
just be working for me.
And that
But-
goes into kind of supporting local,
Mhm.
as you see that in a lot of businesses where those small businesses are like family to each other.
Yeah.
It becomes like a core process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
For
call
sure.
them my family.
Oh,
That's genuinely what we've become too.
Yeah.
Like you're working every day together. We're living together pretty much. Like
Yeah.
we get so close in those farming relationships.
right.
Are
Because
so
you have like
intense.
kind of a little commune there.
Yeah. No, I know, it's so funny to think about. I'm like, do people think we're a cult? It's crazy, but no, we have so much fun. It's such a good time.
That's
and it's
awesome.
mostly girls too.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Yeah, and go see it. I mean, it's open all the time. So tell us about the little shop that you have on, and some of the,
The
stuff
farm
that you're
store.
doing.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun, like home goods stuff in there right now. We have some products from local businesses as well. We got Wanda Farms meat in our freezer, which
Oh,
is a fun
okay.
addition.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
We don't
awesome.
have any produce yet. We have
Yeah.
like rhubarb and
Right.
eggs. But hopefully
The eggs are
like,
so cute. Are they still the smaller ones? Because I
some of
really
them are
like
still
them.
small.
I
Yeah.
like them.
They're really colorful though.
They're super colorful and they're like this. They're so tiny
They're the
little.
best.
They're,
Yeah, our chickens are very happy.
yeah.
Um,
awesome.
But as far as produce goes, we'll probably have more produce in like a month. It needs to warm up. I mean,
Yeah.
this weather is like,
So, what is something that you do running this farm that people don't see? Kind of behind the scenes. People don't know that this is such a big part of what you do every day.
yeah, the marketing, all the computer work, like people don't see me do that, but I spend a lot of time on my laptop, like very early morning, like 4:45 in the morning is typically when I get up, and I'm on my laptop in the morning before
Wow.
work, and then even after work at night, because I do all the website stuff myself. I do all the marketing. I'm really grateful my mom is helping me with the marketing too.
Cool.
But yeah, all the like administrative stuff, the emails, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at responding to emails too.
Mhm.
But yeah, just the computer stuff, like people don't see that. If you come to the farm, I'm almost always out in the field
Right.
working. I've had some people like complain about that. They're like, we came to your farm and we couldn't find you. I'm like, yeah, it's because I'm like knee deep in dirt out in the field. Like, but yeah, I mean, they're out in the field or just on my laptop.
I love that about the shop though, because the shop's like totally empty. So you'll pull up to the shop, it's totally empty. There's no people around anywhere. And you just walk in the shop and you shop.
Yeah.
And then there's like a little,
It's an honesty policy thing too. Like we have an honor system.
yeah,
So
there's like a little tab, a little pen and paper there. And
Yeah.
you write your name down, what you took, how much it was. And
Yeah.
then there's a little Venmo or Zelle or something
Yeah.
on the wall. What
it's
was
such
it?
a big,
Venmo, Zelle?
yeah, Venmo and Zelle.
Venmo and Zelle on the
Uh-huh.
wall. And so you just scan it. and pay. And I love it. It's
Yeah.
just so Mayberry kind of feel to it. I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's probably not a good reference. Anybody like under 40 probably doesn't know what the Mayberry reference is. But it's so small town kind of
Yeah.
feel. I love it.
Yeah. It's a pretty large property too. So
Yeah.
I would love for more people to come to the shop.
Yeah.
And use the space.
Yeah, I'd like more people to come to my
Right.
shop.
Yeah. Like,
this is the constant struggle we all have.
I mean, farms should be like places for community to gather.
Yeah.
I really believe that. So
I know.
Yeah.
I know. We got to work on that, both of us, because we talked about doing a farm to table
dinner
rotation
I
to
know.
different
It
farms.
never happened this winter.
I know.
I was waiting for the call.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna work on some stuff for sure.
Yeah.
We've got to talk about it. What are you working on right now that is super exciting, and what's the next stage?
We're renovating the barn.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay. Yeah.
We have a really, really big, grand barn. It is like my dream barn. It's beautiful. It was already built when I got the property, but we're renovating it to get it up to code for hopefully weddings
Okay.
and like farm to table dinners and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like that's something I really want to get into is weddings
Awesome.
and farm to table dinners.
What's your goal to have that building ready?
It actually should be done by the end of the summer.
Oh,
I'm keeping
okay.
my fingers crossed. Like you never know,
Yeah.
really. But
Are you trying
yeah.
to put a kitchen in and all that, or just make the venue?
Just do the venue space.
Yeah.
Right now. I
Yeah.
think I'll worry about a kitchen later.
I think that's a good way to step into it.
Yeah.
It costs too much money to do a kitchen and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even like thought about that or
Yeah.
priced that out.
And I think you can just cater, have caterers, cater it
Exactly.
in and stuff.
Yeah. People can hire,
Whoever
or
they
bring in
want.
that food themselves.
Bring in food trucks, anything.
Exactly. Yeah. So events are something I'm trying to get more into and like renting out the spaces on the property. Yeah.
Cool. Get some ideas. Yeah. I went to a good friend of mine, Diane Milo. Shout out to Diane from Ohio. Is my best friend growing up, next door neighbor. And she's an artist, and she goes to a regular market that's hosted in a barn, and it's all craft like makers.
Yeah.
So like hand sewn clothes and quilts and
I love that. Like,
little
you were
knick-knacky
here-
kind of things.
You were on the farm for Autumn Drive.
Yeah.
We had the whole barn open with vendors.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
want to keep doing that.
Yes. Just like
Just wanna-
that.
yeah.
But more than just Autumn Drive. Like,
Right.
maybe you should have like
Maybe
a
we should have a farmer's
like
market.
a farmer's
Barn,
market.
yeah.
Yeah.
That I've actually thought about that because Maringa doesn't have a
Mm.
market, and the Woodstock market has been really difficult for me to get into. So like,
yes.
do I just start my own farmers market?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
We have the space for it. That's the thing. We have the space.
And maybe
Definitely
just
space.
pick an off day. Like the Woodstock one is on Saturday or Sunday? Saturday.
Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Tuesday, Saturday. So maybe like Wednesday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And they have
Mhm.
the Woodstock Saturdays are like a completely different market. They have a different vendor rotation both days.
Saturdays are a little bit more like there's more foot traffic
Yeah.
on Saturdays.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you mean Tuesday and Saturday are different for the Woodstock
Yeah.
farmers? I got you.
mhm.
A couple of the same that there are local businesses that do both days.
Right.
But then like they'll bring out food vendors on Saturday
Mm.
and then have more there and
Right. Yeah. I mean, there is something about the square. I mean, we're only like a mile from the square
Yeah,
here.
you're very close.
We're very
Mhm.
close. Yeah, but we get zero traffic from the square.
Mhm.
When we go to the square, walk around and hand out coupons, we quadruple easily 4 or 5 times our business.
Why aren't you a part of that market? Have you?
I can't get in either.
Yeah, they denied me like twice.
Yeah. They denied me 5 times. I don't think they like me. I think I rubbed somebody the wrong way.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. We'll keep going down and handing out coupons because that works. It
I
totally
know, I'm
works.
just gonna keep annoying them. Keep applying. Keep applying.
That's all you gotta do. So this is our appeal to the board of directors of the Woodstock Farmers Market. Look and see what great people we are. We're so nice. Why are you keeping us out? You really need us. We will boost your image. Incredible.
We would.
Yeah, absolutely freaking absolutely freaking. So what else do you want to share? Any other things you want to share about the farm or what you're doing? An appeal, like come sign up, get your box.
Yeah, please sign up for our CSA. That's something I want to get more into. I feel like CSA isn't a big thing in Illinois. Like,
I don't know. They had a really nice. Did you go to the CSA gathering at McHenry Community College? Were you at that one?
I had flyers there. I was
Okay.
at Duke's Ale House for this year.
Oh,
We were
that's
at
right.
Duke's.
Okay.
Yes,
I
and
remember
was
that.
there.
So, I mean, there were like 8 or 9 farms there that were doing
Mhm.
CSAs. I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, you're super close to us. It only takes
Yeah.
us, what, 10, 15 minutes max
Right.
to
Not
drive to your farm?
Not
Yeah.
from South Street.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
we
signed
close.
up, when I say we, the Hempstock Farms, we signed up for 1 share last year, 1 full
Mhm.
share. And then one of us would get it every week, which was super fun. And then we'd bring it back and then we'd kind of all like grab what we wanted from it.
Yeah.
And so this year we decided, our team was a little bit bigger. So we decided to get 2 boxes this
Uh-huh.
year. And we're super excited about that. And I was going to share it among everybody. Now I'm thinking, because here at the boba shop, we're going to add food.
Right.
And so I wanted to do something like, I want to get your plan,
Uh-huh.
your vegetable plan.
Okay.
Because what I was thinking of doing was something where we got your box, we took a picture of it, shared it online, and then that's what we make that week.
Okay, cool.
So we're using that box as our weekly ingredients of whatever food we're preparing. And my kind of my culinary background is Chinese
Mm,
and kind of Midwestern diner food.
fun.
I grew up. When I was going to college, I was a line cook
Okay.
for a small cafe, and that's where I learned to make pies,
Wow.
pies by hand, and just all kinds of food by scratch. And I also grew up with a big garden and a cooking kind of hillbilly. I call us, we're hillbillies,
Aw.
hillbilly family, hunting family.
Nice.
We would hunt and catch frogs for frog legs. We'd do snapping turtles, squirrels, rabbits,
And you're growing all
deer,
your own produce.
raccoon.
Raccoon. You'd eat raccoon.
My dad was a world champion raccoon hunter.
World champion.
World champion. We had 15 to 20 coon dogs. I lived on a farm and we had all these coon dogs. I grew up with like that.
Wow.
My dad was from South Carolina. We were hillbillies, let me tell you. World champion coon hunter. So we
love
ate
it.
raccoon all the time.
What does that taste like?
It's very gamey.
Yeah.
It's very gamey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had deer meat before. Is it like gamey like that or even more?
No, deer meat's delicious. Raccoon, raccoon's a little rough. I feel like raccoon's kind of like eating maybe like a dark meat from like a duck or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not really selling it for me.
No, it's
I wouldn't
not.
want it.
It's
I wouldn't
not.
want it.
It's-
Gotta be
you got to be
involved.
desperate.
Okay.
Your dad's got to be a world champion coon hunter. Bringing home, 10 coons. You got
That's wild,
like
though.
I know how to clean a coon.
Yeah, that's
You know.
impressive.
Yeah. So that's the kind of hillbilly I'm. So I combine that with my love of Asian culture because I was a missionary in China.
Right.
And so when I was there, that is one of the things I did all the time. I would go into restaurants and try to learn how to cook dishes and stuff. And I was always at people's homes. So I really have an affinity for Chinese cooking. And where I was in China, northern China, it's just a lot of fresh vegetables made in all different kinds, like super simple soups, super simple stir fries. And there was just kind of basic principles to that. And that's how you ate fresh vegetables all the time. So I'd like to do something here at the boba shop that was like, I don't know, like a ramen menu or a little simple stir fry menu, something like that.
Grow like a good amount of Japanese variety vegetables.
Yeah.
You know, like the hakurai turnips, the bok choy, the napa cabbage, which is like Chinese cabbage.
Yeah.
What else? I can't think, but yeah. So that's
Oh,
funny you
man.
mentioned stir fry. We do community dinner on the farm every Monday night where me and the farm crew get together, we all bring a dish. And
Okay.
the theme next week is stir fry. We're just gonna make stir fry, and yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
fun.
So I'm excited about that. It's something Leon's working on. Is we're trying to get our like our kitchen stuff together so we can
Mhm.
apply through the health department. And get all
Yeah.
that straightened out. But that's my goal with your basket.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
I'm stealing
love
it
that.
back from the team. I'm sorry, and we're going to try to use it in the shop.
That's
And then we're
great.
putting in more expensive gardening this year, and then we're also planting ginger, turmeric, garlic
Oh, I would love to get into ginger
this year.
because we
Yes.
have a greenhouse that gets very, very hot, and I just want to experiment in there. And
Did you
Just-
apply for a food infrastructure grant?
no,
Did you know about it?
no,
See, Jessica, we need to talk more.
yeah, I don't do too much research. Just do it.
We got to get together more.
Yeah.
We just applied. I don't think we'll get it because we were like too last minute too, and we probably didn't have enough supporting organizations. Like we could have got a letter from Jessica. I mean, there's just so many. Yeah, maybe next year if the grant's still around, we can reapply next year.
Totally.
But we had applied to get juicing and freeze drying equipment to process ginger and turmeric.
Okay.
And most of our ginger and turmeric in Illinois is imported.
Right.
So we don't have a big ginger turmeric production.
I have experience growing it. I've grown
Wow.
it on other farms.
Processing turmeric is rough though.
Yeah, it is. It's a hard.
I spent so
yeah.
long just with Jane the other day on the farm fixing the juicer.
Yeah, yeah. It
Mm.
jams up the juicer.
It
Yeah, it's hard.
gets
But we process hemp leaves, and that's way tougher than the ginger
Yeah,
and
that
the
seems
turmeric.
really complex.
Yeah. But I mean, it does
We figured
require
that out.
industrial equipment.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I don't know. I want to partner with you on that, and then I wanted to. Okay, so let's. What's our time? Where are we at? 'Cause I'm ready to
we're at
transition to our topic.
37. Did you have
37.
anything closing for Jess?
Oh yeah, yeah. Any other closing invites? So sign up for the CSA
Sign
box.
up for the CSA
Yeah.
box. We're gonna have a potluck June 20th. It'll be on the
Okay.
website soon. So we're gonna have like a community potluck. It's a free event. Just bring a dish. It'll be fun. Hopefully we'll have some like jams going on, a little bonfire at the end, a farm tour.
I went last year. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I think we're also going to do a petal and paint workshop. So like make your own flower bouquet and then paint the bouquet.
Oh, cool.
So it's not on the website yet, but be on the lookout.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the plant
I
sale.
would be
The plant sale.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
the
would
The
be
new
plant
plants.
sale.
Yeah.
Get your plants. I might come get some plants.
Good.
We put in
The,
some new
um,
beds and stuff near our greenhouse.
Nice.
with the paint workshop too.
Mhm.
I'm so interested in that because we did paper making
Yeah.
and that's all natural too.
Yeah.
So there's lots of fun stuff
It'll
going
be
on
fun.
there.
There's
Yeah,
so
it will
many.
be.
We want to get into more events too. So we'll have to
Definitely,
brainstorm how we
definitely.
can, get people to come to these things
People
and sign up
want
for
to,
them and stuff.
Like visit farms. Like agritourism is becoming this whole thing. I
Right.
think so. I'm trying to lean into that.
Do you have to have an agritourism permit where you're at? Do you know
Oh,
anything
gosh.
about any
I
of that?
don't.
Yeah. Okay.
I just
Never mind.
post
We're not
and
bringing
say,
it up.
Come
We're not
on
bringing it up.
over.
Never mind.
Can I show
mind,
the
don't worry
camera
about
the bottle on the table?
Oh yeah. So
This is for Jess.
Yes.
But,
yeah. So this is my gift
Such a sweet
to
gift.
Jessica for
I
coming
love it.
out.
let's see if this will.
Is to give her a bottle of our newest. This is our honey simple syrup.
With turmeric.
Yes.
What
So
turmeric?
we use Willie's Honey, is a local honey purveyor, ginger root and turmeric root. And we didn't grow this ginger or turmeric root, but next year
Yeah.
It's coming.
it'll have ours.
Yes.
It's coming. And so I hope you enjoy that.
Have you heard of Three Bees Farm? Speaking
No.
of honey,
Mm-mm.
they're in Marengo.
Okay.
I was just curious.
Yeah. No.
They're thinking about doing bees on my property.
Oh,
That would
cool.
be really fun. And
That's
they would have
awesome.
their honey in the store as well. So
That'd be cool.
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, they're local.
That's awesome. Yeah. Willie's they have hives all around that they
Okay.
collect and
Nice.
they build hives for people and that kind of thing. But yeah, we've been partnered with them from the beginning. We buy 5-gallon buckets. from them.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's so heavy. I'm still going through mine from last year.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, it lasts forever. So,
Mhm.
Well, what I wanted to chat about, this is our topic of conversation tonight, is this food is medicine. I am on the board of the Illinois Specialty Crop Association, which I'm encouraging you to become a member of. You really should be a member of that and go to our conference that's I think it's in January every year.
Okay.
So I'm on the board of that Illinois Specialty Crop Association, and it's basically the association in Illinois that deals with farmers like yourself and all the markets related to specialty crop farming. So basically anything that's not corn or soy,
Right.
that's big row crop kind of farming. And one of the real transitions that I've seen just in I got involved with them when I first became a farmer in 2019, my first year hemp farming. And because it seemed like it was the only farming, I mean, hemp farming was brand new. We really didn't have a place anywhere. It was just legalized through the Farm Bill.
Yeah.
And so I saw the specialty crop. They had an herb association. I thought, weed, herb, that's herb. They call it herb. But maybe that's where I belong, you know? So I got plugged in there from the beginning. And one of the things that I've seen since I've been involved since 2019 is a huge transition or a really big emphasis on local, like securing local produce and kind of like urban farming and local farms and the CSA boxes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then it seems like that association has a really close link with the Farm Bureau and that kind of thing. And so one of the projects that they worked on is called Illinois Eats, where if you have leftover produce, you can take it and you get shipping instead of like a farmer just donating extra tomatoes or whatever. That costs you money because it costs you money to harvest it. It costs you money to store it. Costs you money to transport. It's not a free donation that you can turn over. So this Illinois Eats program basically compensates the farmer for all of that. I think it doesn't compensate you for the tomatoes, but for all the costs associated with it. So the harvesting of it, the transportation of it, the boxing up of it, that kind of thing. So a lot of food banks have seen just a huge increase to local food instead of when I went to we had a rough spot when I was growing up and we went and got our food bank, food every week. And it was, we never saw a fresh vegetable.
Right.
Never.
I'm always donating.
It was a block of cheese. It was a thing of rice. It was a thing of like oatmeal. It was this big industrial farming surplus kind of stuff that went into food. And food banks today is amazing, the fresh produce that you get. And Illinois has really leaned into that. Then the program I want to talk to you about is there's a program that's called Food is Medicine. And this has really been well researched and there have been programs rolled out. And right now there's two programs going on. One is a produce prescription program. And the other one is called Medically Tailored Meals, MTMs. And this has been well researched. There's several hospitals, Swedish Hospital in Chicago, Rush Hospital, also in Cook County Health Department. All of these organizations are providers of this food as medicine prescription service, I guess is what you would call it. Yeah. And so the way that it works is if you're on Medicare or Medicaid and you go to one of these programs, these physicians can prescribe to you one of your CSA boxes. And then basically the person that would qualify for that would be like if somebody had a heart disease or diabetes and the doctor said, your outcomes are going to be greatly improved if you start eating fresh fruits and vegetables instead of all this highly processed food. I am going to prescribe fresh produce for you. And here's a voucher to go get that. Yeah. And then they direct you to who their providers are. So you kind of have to sign up to be a provider for like Rush Hospital or
Okay.
Cook County or
Okay.
whatever. So we want to look into that. And I
Yeah.
just want to mention that. And I don't know what you think about it. And like,
I don't know what I think of it right
like
now.
it's
honestly.
basically coming through again. This is kind of like we've talked before. I've talked before in this program about the CBD program that the government rolled out to see that if prescribing full spectrum CBD reduces Medicare costs
Mhm.
and Medicaid costs. Well, this food as medicine has been well researched,
Yeah.
and Illinois just published. Oh, we can pull that up. It's up right now. Illinois just published this report that basically shows that food as medicine has a real return on the investment. So they've proven that.
Okay.
Right now, in fact, if they have the data to show that in the RX program, if they cover $500 a year in fresh produce, they get $500 a year reduction in health care costs and extended life and extended quality of life.
Mhm.
And that's the outcome from just prescribing fresh produce.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. It's kind of funny to me too that like fresh produce is like prescribed to people now.
So it's paid for by Medicare, Medicaid, through healthcare. Now, the other program is called the medically tailored meals. Now, this is for people that have heart disease, diabetes, cancer, but they have some kind of, they're homebound or they have an inability, some kind of handicap where they can't prepare their own meals.
Okay.
So these MTMs, these medically tailored meals, are prepared by a registered dietitian, and they're fully prepared meals that are often delivered
Mhm.
directly to the person. And that return on investment, if they invest $500 a year in those meals, they have seen, and this is unbelievable, between $700 and $6,300 a year in reduced medical costs.
Mhm. Food is the
Because
most
of that.
powerful medicine.
Food is medicine.
Yeah.
So, but now is our food being pushed in
Right.
the box?
Right. That
I don't
part is like
know.
that part's kind of weird to me. It's like I just want to say like just support the farmer directly. Like, but I think people also got to be a little bit more educated when it comes to their health and.
Well, a lot of these programs were launched in food insecure. So people on
Mhm.
Medicaid.
Mhm.
So people are on Medicaid. People don't know the difference between Medicare and Medicaid. Medicaid is if it's an income threshold,
Mhm.
and it's determined state by state. So they've done the testing in these Medicaid communities. And a lot of times these communities of poverty are in food deserts.
Yeah.
They don't have access to fresh fruits and vegetables.
Mhm.
And there's other economic pressures and stuff like
Right.
time,
Right.
time to go shopping,
Yeah.
time to prepare meals,
Yeah.
having these pre-prepared meals and stuff not covered by SNAP,
Mhm.
and having only the raw produce that
Yeah.
kind of thing. There's a lot of rules and regulations around SNAP.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert at it, but I know there's some things that are covered and some things that aren't. But implemented in those communities, it's shown that huge return.
Yeah.
So my thought is implemented, it doesn't matter whether you're food insecure or food secure, you're still eating like crap.
Right.
No matter what. I mean, look at this research that they pulled up. If you have
This is yeah.
the report, I like that one image of this guy.
Yep.
That shows this is a healthy eating index scores in the United States by age group. And I mean, well, yeah, Leon pulled it up on the screen so people can look at it. But look at this. 2 to 4, 62 out of 100 healthy eating index. Like, look how crap we're eating,
Yeah.
like through our whole lives. And It says poor nutrition is a leading driver of death and disability in the United States, including from heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, obesity, hypertension, and some cancers, and has staggering costs. The economic costs of suboptimal diets due to healthcare spending and lost productivity are estimated at 1.1 trillion a year.
Yeah.
A
It's
year.
really sad.
42% of adults have obesity, and that's projected to increase to 58% by 2035.
So where do small farms come into this? This is all regulated, like food being provided through government programs, Medicaid, Medicare. How would that affect small farms?
Well, this is why you need to get involved in your local government, because the Medicaid funding comes from states. The Medicare funding, that's 65 plus or if you're disabled, that comes from federal government. So you want to follow that for federal kind of stuff. But that's the Medicaid stuff is like, this is an Illinois issue,
Yeah.
you know, and where far small farms, the Illinois Eats is trying to help small farms, you know, by buying their overstock or paying for harvesting that. But I think there is an opportunity for companies like ours to become these food as medicine providers
You think
in
so?
some way. But I don't know. Like, I don't know the economics of it. I don't know if they're expecting us to sell like at dirt cheap prices.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how is always the case whenever you try to get any kind of distribution, you know, right away half your profit goes to the distributor,
Right.
not to the producer,
Yeah.
you know? So
I've thought about even doing like CSA shares with sliding scale options for people who can't afford a full size share, pay what you can sort of thing. Because growing food, it's like obviously I want it to be accessible to everyone, you know, but I'm also trying to make money.
Well, you want
as a
to-
business.
you want to sustain the farm.
Yes.
I mean, that's what people don't realize is that it's not only a quality of life because you need this good local food.
Mhm.
And the reason that local food is important is it's about preservatives and chemicals and processing and having like shelf life.
Mhm.
That's why local food is better because you don't have to transport it halfway around
Right,
the world
right.
to
Eating
get
with the
it.
seasons.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very important.
Right.
I feel I feel really blessed to be eating the food that I grow. I just wish everyone could
Yeah.
do that or at least have access to their local farmer in that way.
Right. So I
It's
don't
a
know.
problem.
That's a
It's a big
great, it's a
problem.
great question, Leon. Like, where does the local farm plug in? I'm hoping that, you know, what I would like to, and if anybody's listening to this, and I might send this to people to get them to watch this so
Yeah.
they can talk to us. But some of the, in my research, like I think we need to reach out to McHenry County Health Department and ask them, are there any food as medicine providers in our area?
Right.
I was also suggested to reach out to Northwestern Medicine, Mercy Health in Woodstock, their dietitian services. So like some hospitals might be doing these kind of programs, whatever. If my thought for you, Jessica, is that if you could find a provider, one of these organizations that is prescribing, that's doing the produce prescription program,
Uh-huh.
that, and what they do is they prescribe fresh produce. And it said specifically in the documentation when I looked it up in a report, it said for example, CSA share boxes.
Mhm.
And this would be people that were like on diabetes, they have heart disease, and they will be covered either by Medicare or Medicaid.
Yeah, I would love to offer that.
But the Medicare people aren't necessarily food insecure people.
Mhm.
You know, they could just be, you know, they're just on Medicare.
Right. That's fine. I
You know,
want
and they have a
food
disease. So it doesn't really
as
matter.
accessible
It's
as
not,
possible,
yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. It should be, there should be no sliding scale there is my point.
Right. Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't think there's like a built-in scale or anything, but I guess that you would have to figure that out when you make a relationship with these providers that are doing this food as medicine
Yeah.
subscription.
I will
And-
show
I'm going to try to learn more about it.
an
What
example
did they
up
say
here.
here?
So
What'd you
this
find?
is Mercy Health. They operate a program called Meals on Wheels. They
Okay.
have a lot of local areas, but this location operates out of Harvard. And basically they deliver healthy home delivered affordable meals for people unable to shop or cook for themselves. And those are provided through Harvard. So this would be
Huh.
one
I
of
wonder-
the local programs.
I wonder if that, my thought though, Meals on Wheels has been around for decades.
Yeah.
And since I was in high school in the 80s. And I'm wondering if, I think the Meals on Wheels comes through food, not through pharmacy. Do you see the difference? Like
Mhm.
these programs is food as medicine. It's a doctor prescribing it. Whereas Meals on Wheels, I
Mhm.
think, I could be wrong, but my impression of Meals on Wheels is it's a food insecurity program,
Okay.
and they get their money through food funding, not through medical care funding.
Okay.
And
I-
so that's the
I think
distinction.
that's the there's a lack of accessibility for the difference between the two.
Yeah,
When
well,
you-
I think this food as medicine is
Yeah.
brand new, and maybe it's a Venn diagram. Maybe some Meals on Wheels, like maybe they lost their funding and they switched it to the food as medicine funding
Mm-hmm.
because it's just a separate program.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing when we were talking in the studio before the program. We were kind of like, you were kind of like, I don't know how I feel about
I mean, it's the
it
first
being
time I'm hearing
covered
about
through
it.
like government.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. This is the
But-
first time I'm hearing about it. So it's really bizarre that this is where we're at now.
Right.
Like, this is crazy to me.
I mean, I think it's
It's cool. It's really
It's like
cool.
a
It's
good
step in the right
thing.
direction.
in the sense, Jane and I married Dr. Mary Jane at Hemp Farms, runs our shop over on the farm. Jane and I were talking about this earlier,
Uh-huh.
and Jane's like super skeptic of. Go watch the previous podcast and you'll get a sense of who Jane is, because we had a nice conversation with Jane. But she was just kind of like, I don't know, like I don't trust pharmacy at all. I don't
That's
trust.
how I am a
I
little
don't
bit.
trust big pharma. I don't
Right.
trust these doctors that are like looped into these drug prescribing, dealing out systems. And I'm like, but this is good.
Yeah, it's good.
This is doctors not prescribing pills.
Right.
They're prescribing food.
I'm just like, what's the catch?
They're prescribing food.
Yeah.
So they are thinking, for once, they're starting to think holistically again about the person
Yeah.
instead of like, oh, you got this, you got psoriasis, here's a pill.
So you
Uh-huh.
think
You
this
know.
is newer thinking?
This
too.
is new thinking. This is a coming back to. I mean, I think we used to think like this, and then we put everything in the silos.
Right. Right.
When we created specializations and tried to like make stuff cheaper. I mean, that didn't work out very well. But,
Yeah.
but and I think this is new. I think this is a return. This is, I mean, even look at our current Secretary of Health, Kennedy, and just like his whole push. I don't care whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent. There is definitely a leaning in towards, let's look at natural healing. Let's look at food. Let's get the food straightened out.
There's an awakening.
There's an awakening, but there's still entrenched, corn soy lobby
Right.
and big food lobby. There's like 5 big food companies that make 95% of food in America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they are and the food pyramid is absolutely to blame for obese children. And the food delivered to,
Yeah.
the free food that's like delivered in schools and stuff is absolutely responsible for obesity and poverty. I 100% believe that.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, as someone who her whole life, my greatest weight was 360. When I was 12 years old, I weighed over 250 pounds. And I grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
And that's like, that's because we were fed like so much processed food was still part of our lives.
Yeah.
So much like food out of like rice and potatoes and just, I don't know, just bad eating in general and a lot of
Yeah,
sugar.
I
And,
know everyone's sick because of it too.
yeah. And then the whole like weight loss industry, and then it's like low fat, high fat, and no sugar. And I mean, it's just,
Yeah, it's all misinformation.
it's all terrible misinformation. And the food pyramid went from a pyramid to a plate to like, you're supposed to eat meat. Now meat is a carcinogen. It's been well proven that meat causes like terrible cancers, and it should
It's
be
crazy.
it should be a flavoring and eaten with like joy and exuberance,
Yeah.
because this is like, wow, I get to have a piece of meat. This is amazing.
Uh-huh.
Not like I'm eating 3 pounds of meat a day, kind of like how all of America eats right now.
I know this is probably all like
But I'm
new information.
Very digressing.
But is there anything that you would take away from this, Jess? Like kind of learning about these programs as a farm owner.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I definitely need to do more research on these things
Mhm.
because you're really good at researching and emailing and calling, and I don't do any of that. I mean, I am just like so focused on my farm, and I just, to be honest, like don't have the energy to dive deep into these things,
Right.
but I want to, you know. Happy I hired someone this year because it could help
Right.
me free up some time to do some of this stuff and get more involved with the community.
Does this stir any sort of like hope? Like, is there something that you look forward to with programs like these, or?
I'm hopeful, but I'm also weary, I think.
Mhm.
I'm always gonna push to just go to the farmer directly. It's
Mhm.
either pay the farmer or pay the doctor. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I want this to work out. I really do.
Right.
I would love to know more and do my own research.
Yeah, I want to know more
Involved.
too. I mean, it's just, I kind of want to know. I feel like all of these programs that come out of government
Mhm.
seem so promising. They like hold out this beautiful view, this beautiful basket. You could have this beautiful basket. But then it's like, it's not real. It's like, it's a mystery. It's only there for a select few people,
Yeah.
you know, it's not available for everyone. And I feel like, you know, they're talking about CBD. I'm not in part of that. Like, that's not saving hemp stock farms come November 13th, the hempocalypse that's coming, you know. And I look at this program and I look into this Illinois Eat stuff, and I'm thinking, man, I don't know, like how much paperwork is that, and how hard is it to like get involved in that to try
Yeah.
to get compensated for extra produce that
Right.
you didn't quite plan, you know, you had a bumper crop or
Mhm.
whatever. How can you take that extra crop and turn it into something that's value added, be a part of this program? How can you get your boxes covered by a prescription program? Even somebody that has the wherewithal for it. Like if you were a provider, that might be a whole new market
Mhm.
of people that would be buying your produce,
Right.
your fresh produce.
Right.
So, but at the same time, I just worry, like, is it really like how hard? It was so hard for us to apply for that grant.
They make it hard.
You know, it's
Yeah.
so many hoops to jump through, and there's so much to figure out, and there's like so many like conferences to go to and groups to join and be a part of. It is really
It's a lot of work.
daunting. It's a lot of
A
work
lot of time
to
that
run
I
a
don't have.
farm and then make it like viable
Yeah.
and productive. Everybody thinks it's just us
It's
You know, with the-
not a market
with the
for the
rake standing in the
aspiring
field.
people. We learned that through the grant. They wanted like 4 or 5 years of what we've been doing, and Hempstock Farms has only operated for 7.
Mhm.
So we had to go way back. So
Mhm.
these farms that are starting up and they're only a year or 2 in, they'd have to wait another 2 years to even apply for stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah, for grants like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know.
It's a lot.
I think it's interesting. I think look into it, folks, if you want to learn more about food as medicine and if there's programs in your area. But our recommendation is like you're spending money already on your food.
Yeah.
Like everybody spends money on their food.
Everybody's
Yes.
got to eat.
Everybody's got to eat, and I would like to be an aid somehow
Mhm.
to help people create their food as medicine environment in the most accessible, easiest way that, like, I want to try to educate people, to help them,
Mhm.
and to help unlock this healing power of food.
Yeah, totally. I think starting small and in our community is the most important. Really just focusing on community over scale, I think. Is
Right.
Something I've learned over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's reasonable. It's not like, again, it's not like it's outrageous.
Right.
I think we can find that middle spot between somebody who's like eating out at restaurants all the time and somebody who like has totally raw food and then they make it into something. I think we can be a part of helping to deliver that in between thing, and whether it's like through education that this isn't as hard as you think it is,
Mhm.
to making kind of prepared kits and
Yeah.
stuff. Was that something you guys have ever thought of, is maybe processing your vegetables a little bit more and
Yeah, I
selling
have
more processed
ideas.
kind of stuff, like a processed, like a food box kind of,
Right. Yeah.
like
I
a meal
think about
box.
it
That's
all
what I
the
mean,
time.
like a meal box
A
kind
meal
of
box
thing.
I haven't thought about. That would be cool. I actually would like to get into like the supplement industry
Okay,
because that's
yeah.
so big right now. Like
Right.
making like a greens gummy or something,
Yeah.
something fun like that. But yeah, like all of that stuff would be really fun to get
Right.
into, I think.
Right.
There's so
So,
much. There's
yeah.
so much you can do. It gets exciting to think about.
It is
Sure.
exciting. So that's our
Yeah.
show, I think, for tonight. And thank you, everybody that tuned in and caught this. We are every Thursday, 7:30 live. And thanks,
Thank you,
Jessica,
having
for
me.
coming in. This was super fun. I
It
hope
was
you
fun.
enjoyed it.
Loved it.
And please go to adamafarms.co.
.co. Yeah.
.co, not com, .co, adamafarms.co. Oh, tell us about the origin of Adama. Did you tell us about that? Was that pre-camera or not? I can't remember the name.
We did.
Yeah,
Did we
got it.
start it was on
Recorded.
camera? Okay, good. I couldn't remember if we talked
It's
about that
sweet.
before or not.
Yeah,
That's
it's sweet.
That's so cool. So adamafarms.co, please go buy a share if you haven't already picked up a CSA, which is stands for community supported agriculture. It's way easier than like going to even the farmer's market every week and like picking stuff out.
Yep.
I
Just
just
get your
find it
box of
incredibly, you
vegetables.
just get your box. You should have brought a little box.
I should
There's good.
have. I know.
Go on our Facebook page. I got tons of pictures
Yeah.
on there of the beautiful boxes that I've gotten from your farm. And then we usually make something and post a picture too. But
Yeah, it's so fun. I've gotten really good feedback from the CSA members too. Like they tell me it's the healthiest they've ever eaten, and it's changed their life and it's changed the way they prepare food now, and they look forward to their box, and it's really fun. And I'm always providing our CSA members with the highest quality, best looking vegetables too. So
you do.
Yeah.
And you make it so beautiful.
Thank
You don't
you.
just throw it into a bag. Like when you walk up to grab your little box, it's made out of wood and just the vegetables. I don't know. It's like the Japanese
yeah, that's it.
art of flower
Mhm.
arranging.
Right.
It's like, yes,
Gotta make it
it's
pretty.
just,
Gotta make everything pretty.
it's just so gorgeous and everything's so fresh and beautiful. And
Thank you.
yeah. And we should learn about that. Like I think one of the biggest problems too, I was reading, is like food waste in small families because they don't know how to utilize
How to
everything
prepare,
and how to
yeah.
prepare it and how to convert, and plan.
Yeah.
It's really, the planning piece is hard. So maybe piece of it. So hopefully we can collaborate and come up with some
Totally.
solutions for our Venn diagram of customers, our
Yeah.
mutual customers
That'd
that
be
we
fun.
share in this area. All right, that's it. Thank you,
you.
everyone, for joining us at Hemp and Healing. And you can do live Q&A. Nobody joined tonight for us, but in the future, if we can get people that'll show up at
That'd be fun.
7:30 on Thursday, we can start bringing other folks on camera. So on your screen right now, you can see the streamyard.com/5433I5E5WG. Go grab that link from our Facebook page. We should get it on our website too. but it's on our Facebook page somewhere. Go grab that link. And every Thursday, 7:30, if you go straight to that link, we'll bring you on camera and you can join us. And you can even live stream like tonight.
Yeah.
Jessica live streamed to her Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
So cool. Hopefully that worked out
Yeah.
and everything worked there. And thanks again. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
I just wanna rewind, bring me back to my prime. The Wi-Fi still felt so live. Freestyling on beats outside. Whole squad with the sour spray vibes. No fake flex.